Hey everybody, welcome back to 1776 Robust. Tonight I'm going to be doing a quick tabletop review on a firearm that was actually loaned to me by Car Arms, which is owned, well I should say is the owner of Magnum Research. And I have to say, man, this gun they lent me is really phenomenal. If you don't recognize it, it does look very similar to your IWI Jericho. This is actually the Baby Desert Eagle 3, so this is their newest generation of Baby Desert Eagles. This one that you see in front of you is the full-size steel frame 45 ACP model. And let me tell you guys, I have never shot a 45 ACP, but this gun has made me want a 45 ACP. Overall, here are a lot of the positives. I'll tell you some things I didn't like, but mostly it's very positive. Again, this is an unbiased review, even though they loaned me the firearm. There are no strings attached to this whatsoever. So on the positive side, guys, this gun, even though it's a very heavy firearm, again, it's an all-steel full-size chassis, and you can see that it is pretty big. It weighs in at around 36 ounces, so again, that's a pretty hefty pistol. However, when they redesigned it this time, they made it extremely, extremely thin. So that's a huge, huge bonus, especially for a very large firearm like this. So it's thin, it's easy to grip. It is very CZ 75-ish in regards to the ergonomics, so that was really cool, and I definitely like that. Also, when you look at the gun itself, even though it is a steel frame, because it's so thin, it is very easy to control and easy to manage, especially for somebody like myself who's never shot a 45 before. In regards to the function of the gun, you'll notice that unlike the IWI Jericho, which has a frame-mounted safety only, this one actually comes with a slide-mounted safety and decocker, so that's pretty cool. I like the idea of being able to decock the hammer. So as you can see, once you were to pull that slide back and you have the hammer back all the way, you push down on the decocker, the gun goes back in the safe. If you want, you can lift the decocker up, and then you have your double-action long pull, or you just basically gently click on that trigger, or of course pull back the hammer a little bit, and you can actually put that in half cock. Now in regards to the trigger pull, again, great trigger pull. Okay, so you have a little take up here in the half cock position, and of course as soon as you actuate that, you can see that the hammer is moving in sync with the trigger, which is very, very nice. And then as you pull back a little bit more, the hammer drops, not a lot of issue. Now one thing I do like about this safety decocker also is that you'll notice there are no front serrations on the gun, and there isn't too much in regards to the rear. Obviously it's covered by the safety itself. But one thing I do like, the safety actually allows it to be manipulated as the ability to rack the slide, which I like. So here's your single action trigger. Okay, so a little take up again, and as soon as you basically put a little pressure on that trigger, the hammer drops. Beautiful, beautiful trigger, guys. One of the nicest double single actions that I've actually shot before. Again, I've had a P01, a P07. I've also owned an H&K P2000. So again, those are very nice double action and single action firearms. However, this one is very smooth. Now keep in mind, this is a lent firearm or a loaned firearm, so I'm sure there's been hundreds if not thousands of rounds put through this, but this trigger is really, really nice. Now in regards again to the slide itself, again, very basic, no real lines or edges to it. Everything's very smooth. So I wouldn't necessarily think you'd catch anything on clothing or anything like that. Again, the texturing on the frame is very nice as well. But overall, this is a great firearm. I mean, shooting this gun was phenomenal. In regards to, again, it's sitting in your hands, very high grip, and you gotta love that beaver tail back there, and as a result, you get a very nice controllable firearm because it does sit very low in regards to the bore access. Again, the takedown is a very standard takedown. You match these two dots up together, push out the actual slide lock, and then the slide comes right off. And inside, internally, it looks just like a CZ75. So again, great firearm. If you guys are looking for a full-size steel gun, this might be something you'd want to look at. I'm very, very interested in owning one of these because of how this thing's shot. And I'm very interested to see how the polymer frame works in a 9 or even in a 40. So you can get those as well, which are smaller and a little bit lighter. So I hope you guys like this firearm. I like it. I think it's a great, great firearm. And again, I'm not trying to sell it to you. I'm just telling you what I experienced. It's very controllable, very easy to use, and it shoots fantastically. So I hope you guys have a great night. I hope you guys are being safe out there. And as always, freedom is never free.